Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Tucson in the beautiful University of Arizona. Whether you are sitting in front of me or joining us on YouTube, we are so glad to have you here for the 60th Annual Engineers Breakfast. My name is Aaliyah Mazzio, and I'm a junior studying mechanical and biomedical engineering. And I'm also this year's president of the Engineering Student Council. Thank you. I'm honored and privileged to welcome you all home for Homecoming 2023. Today, we are celebrating 60 years of community and accomplishment of our alumni, faculty, staff, and students. Homecoming means so much more than revisiting a university you once called home. You reconnect with people that supported you during your highs and lows of college. You recall certain memories of places on campus, whether they have changed or stayed the same, and you recenter yourself around a time that truly prepared you to be the person you are today. Oh, and let's not forget the good old college football. Our Wildcat traditions always make homecoming so much more delightful. Like our homecoming bonfire, it truly warms our hearts to have you all home again. As we continue to reminisce the past, celebrate the present, and uncover the future, our communities today would be nothing without our alumni. We watch over and keep our communities to a level of excellence that is constantly growing. I believe I can speak for everyone when I say we are proud to continue your Wildcat legacy. Again, thank you all for joining us and welcome home. Now please join me in welcoming the Craig M. Berge, Dean of the College of Engineering, David Hahn.
Thank you. It's actually great to be here today. I would like to begin with our land acknowledgement. We do respectfully acknowledge that the University of Arizona is on the land and territories of indigenous peoples. Today, Arizona is home to 22 federally recognized tribes, with the Tucson being the home to the O'odham and the Yaqui. Committed to diversity and inclusion, the university strives to build sustainable relationships with the sovereign native nations and indigenous communities through education, offerings, partnerships, and community service. Welcome, Engineering Wildcats. It's really great to be here. I want to thank our alumni and friends, our faculty and staff who make this college what it is every single day, our students and our volunteers. We are both live and in person, as Aaliyah just mentioned, and I want to welcome all of our alumni and friends who are viewing us online today. We will have a team member chatting with you in real time, so please take an opportunity to engage online with us. We learned something from the pandemic, and now we can actually do this beyond in person. It's great. Well, it's really exciting to be here with you today on the 60th anniversary of the Engineers Breakfast. I wasn't quite born when this started, but it was soon thereafter. In 1963, Dr. Richard Harville, we have Harville Hall here on campus, was UA president. Intercollegiate rodeo was not to be missed, and the tradition of firing a cannon at Wildcat touchdowns was born. NASA Administrator James Webb reported the completion of the Mercury human spaceflight program. I'll come back to James Webb in a moment. The College of Engineering and the College of Mines had not yet united into one. Construction plans for the civil engineering building were underway, built by Sant. Thomas Martin was chair of electrical and computer engineering, left the University of Arizona to become dean at the University of Florida. Many years later, we've come full circle. As you know, I joined the University of Arizona from Florida. We're even. Much has changed in 60 years, but our commitment to educating the next generation of Wildcat engineers has not changed. So let's give a congratulations to 60 years of this breakfast. Many of you have been here a long time. I do look forward to having you join us for the annual town hall that we've been doing online each January. where I share with you detailed information about the college. But I just want to give you a few snapshots today. Talk about the progress in the college growth, to talk about updates on key UA personnel changes, and let's celebrate a little bit about engineering success. I mentioned James Webb, the NASA administrator back in 1963 that oversaw the Mercury program. As you all know now, the James Webb Space Telescope is named after him. This image was taken with the NIR cam, NIR. And go back one slide, Leo, real quick. And I just want to note that that image, the camera, NIR cam, was designed and built at the University of Arizona. 2 of the 4 cameras on the James Webb were built right here on this campus. So every time you see those beautiful images, think of the University of Arizona. So, we've talked a lot about growth in this college. Our recent alumni magazine really focused on the where and the why we're going. But, our near-term goal is to have our first-year group of students to exceed 1,000. Midterm goal, I've started using the phrase midterm because I really don't know where we'll stop. But we'd like to get to 1,500 first-year and transfer students and get our research up to over $50 million. We can do that. This places us among our rightful peers, other land-grant AAU universities with medical schools. It expands our impact and improves our rankings. It provides education access to the people of Arizona, which is core to our land-grant mission. And finally, and very importantly, all of you know this in this room, engineers help drive the economy of the nation and the state of Arizona. So we're really glad to contribute, and we're going to keep pressing hard in this college. We're doing well. If you look at our first-year student enrollment, sort of snapshot in time, we've grown about 44% over the last 4 years. And on the research enterprise, we've grown almost 60% over the last 4 years. In fact, we just completed the first quarter of this fiscal year, and we had a record number of research expenditures. So we are growing on our education and our research missions. Forbes put out an article a few years ago about the 5 most significant 10-year trends in college majors, looking at gains over a decade period. And the top 3 gains are health professions, computer science engineering, and engineering. We represent 2/3 of those, and we'll learn later. We have Dean Abacasas here. We also closely collaborate with the College of Medicine and Health Sciences. So really, engineer is key parts of the top 3 growth in degrees in the United States. Just some quick updates. Last time I think I announced with a lot of excitement that we were moving to offer a bachelor's degree up in Phoenix. We put that on temporary hold. It will come back at some point in time, but the climate wasn't quite right to do that. But we're still excited about that, and we're working with the Greater Phoenix Economic Council right now, GPEC, to work on some other ways to make that happen. So that's exciting. Software engineering, though, is moving forward up in Chandler. And computer science engineering has been approved by the Board of Regents, and we're recruiting students right now for that, along with our master's and PhD in software engineering. So again, we are expanding this college's footprint to be aligned with the needs of the workforce. Few changes on campus that to me are sort of near and dear to my heart. Our provost, Liesl Folk, stepped down, and now we have interim provost, Ron Marks. Liesl was a proud engineer and tenured in this college, and an absolute champion of where we were going. So we will miss Liesl, but she's now taken over the role as leading the university's semiconductor manufacturing initiatives. Betsy Cantwell, senior vice president for research, also home in the College of Engineering, left to be the president of Utah State University. Again, Betsy was this fantastic partner of ours. Elliot Chu has stepped up as interim. We have a good relationship with Elliot, and I hope we keep pressing forward. President Robbins remains an absolute strong supporter of this college. He's not going to be able to make it here today, but he sends his regards. And again, as long as President Robbins is at the helm, this college is in good shape. I want to announce 3 new members of the college leadership team. We have a new Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, Kelly Simmons-Potter from Electrical Engineering. We have a new Department Head in Systems and Industrial Engineering, Ricardo Valerdi. And we have a new, I'm going to get you plot all 3 in a moment, and a new Department Head in Biomedical Engineering, Dr. Mario Romero Ortega. I'll ask all 3 to stand up because I know you're here, and let's congratulate you. We have a fantastic team in this college. So, I also just want to say of some recent successes in this college because we are really making some big strides. Leo? So we have moved in to U.S. News and World Report's top 30 public undergraduate engineering programs in the country. That is an all-time high for us, and it's absolutely fantastic. And the National Science Foundation also puts the overall University of Arizona among the top 20 public research institutions in America. Fantastic. This university, this college are on the move. And then finally, I want to share 3 huge wins, over $100 million to this college in 3 recent successes. The first is a new science and technology center. Then one of the crown jewels of the National Science Foundation are science and technology centers. They're 5-year, $30 million awards, but they are also extremely competitive. And the only way you win an STC is to be on the leading edge of science and engineering. We won one focused on the science of sound. It's about topological acoustics, phononics. Your cell phone is powered by such technologies, and with that center, we are going to drive that technology forward. I know Pierre is here. I don't know. Pierre, please stand up, because Pierre Demier is leading that effort, and it is a huge win for this university. Turning to replacements for rubber. A natural rubber polymer plant is the producing plant is the Waiuli plant. And the University of Arizona, led by Kim Ogden, who I know is here, just received a $70 million project, $35 million in federal funding from the USDA. The Secretary of Ag was here about a week ago to celebrate that project with an additional $35 million contribution from Bridgestone. Kim, stand up, please. And then we are any day close to announcing a very significant investment from the Arizona Commerce Authority to completely rehab the clean room in electrical and computer engineering and to develop a workforce training curriculum to support the semiconductor manufacturing in the state of Arizona. Stay tuned for that. I was hoping it'd be ready to announce today, but I can't get ahead of the ACA. So it's coming. I also want to recognize the University of Arizona started 2 years ago a program to celebrate women of impact on this campus. We just had that ceremony about a week ago, and 2 of those 30 women are in this college, Liesl Folks and Kathy Melda. Kathy, I know you're here. Please stand up, because we really view you as one of our impactful colleagues. And then finally, the university has a suite of faculty awards every year at the university level. They're fairly competitive to win, and this year we had 4. Kelly Simmons-Potter was recognized as a University Distinguished Outreach Professor. It's a very high accolade for faculty. Wolfgang Fink, Electrical and Computer Engineering and Biomedical, was recognized with the University Faculty Service Award. Alex Craig was in Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering, was recognized for the Early Career Scholar Award. He is one of our hypersonics young superstars. And Judy Sue was recognized with an Early Career Innovation and Entrepreneurship Award. I know many of you are here. Please stand up so we can just recognize your contributions. So I think our future remains really bright in this college, and it's always a joy to share where we're going and the successes of this team in this college. All right, so now we get to the fun part. We get to move on to the important part of our program, which is the celebration of you. You can advance that, Leo. For more than 70, I guess I do have a plug here. I mentioned a moment ago that we'll have our town hall in January 17th on Zoom, and I'll share a more detailed set of updates to the college. Thank you. Good thing we put the monitor here, Leo. So now we do move to the fun part. For more than 75 years, the University of Arizona and the College of Engineering have presented accomplished alumni and friends with a variety of awards honoring outstanding achievement and/or exemplary service to the University of Arizona. We are pleased to honor them for their professional achievements. To assist in this recognition and celebration, our department heads and a special guest later will be joining me on the stage as we honor each representative and their departments. We'll start first with our young alumni. Our young alumni are amazing, so amazing that this year we have 2 awardees for the Outstanding Young Alumni Volunteer Award. This award is given to alumni who have demonstrated continued interest and loyalty to the University of Arizona for a minimum of 2 years and who have been out of school for less than 10 years. Particular consideration is given to alumni who have taken the initiative to serve effectively on behalf of the University of Arizona and who have responded to requests for service from us. In alphabetical order, our first recipient of the 2023 Outstanding Young Alumni Volunteer Award is Ryan Gapp. Ryan Gapp is a quality engineer with W.L. Gore and Associates and lives in Flagstaff, Arizona. Ryan is also a brand new father as of just a couple of weeks ago, and his new baby is in the room. Congratulations to Ryan and his wife, Sarah, on your new baby girl. Welcome, Daphne, to the Wildcat family. Ryan grew up in Tucson and in 2014 was one of the first graduates of the BS in biomedical engineering. During his time as an engineering student, he was part of the Engineering Ambassadors and was a research associate at the Arizona Center on Aging. Throughout his career at Gore, Ryan has worked on many different medical devices that improve cardiovascular health care. He recently adopted a new role as a clinical applications specialist for cardiac products. Ryan has volunteered at the UA Outreach Champion Liaison from Gore since 2018. He leads a core team of other Wildcats at Gore who also enjoy volunteering for engineering events and helping advocate for philanthropic support at the University of Arizona. They sponsor our Solar Oven Throwdown every year. Ryan recently served on the College of Engineering Search Committee for the new Biomedical Engineering Department head, Dr. Mario Romero Ortega. The College of Engineering is pleased to honor Ryan with this award. I think your daughter is excited too because she's getting excited over there. Congratulations, Ryan. Come on up for a photograph. We're going to play a short video while we take a photo.
I'd like to thank the College of Engineering for the award and Diana Wilson for the nomination. Diana is a wonderful advisor in the Biomedical Engineering Department who has positively impacted the lives of hundreds of students, including myself. And another thanks to Dr. Johanna Jensen Ives for her work strengthening industry partnerships. I also want to thank and acknowledge my fellow teammates at W.L. Gore and Associates for their contributions to our College Champion program. On a personal note, I must recognize and thank my parents for supporting me through my academic career. Lastly, I want to thank my wife, Sarah, for always encouraging me and accommodating my travels to Tucson. I've greatly benefited from those who have volunteered their time to help me grow. Outreach to the community has always felt fulfilling to me, from service organizations in high school to engineering ambassadors within the college. I'm fortunate to work for a company that allows me to continue that outreach by promoting STEM in our communities and growing engineering programs here. Our philosophy at Gore is to support efforts that directly enhance the student experience through grants and in-person time connecting with students. I know the work our team does on campus reaches a diverse group of students and helps them prepare for careers after graduation. Congratulations to the other award recipients and bear down.
Congratulations, Ryan. Also receiving the 2023 Outstanding Young Alumni Volunteer Award is VQ. V is a manager of Generation Engineering Planning, Analysis, and Renewables at Salt River Project. V has spent 9 years in the utility industry with Salt River Project, SRP, and has nearly 13 years of professional experience, including 3 years with IBM. She holds both a Bachelor of Applied Science degree and a Bachelor of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering from the University of Arizona. As a manager of generation planning analysis and renewables, V is leading SRP's transformation of energy generation to include more renewables like solar voltaics, batteries. Prior to her current role, V was the manager of employee experience in SRP's human resources, where she led a critical initiative to evolve the organization from a traditional workplace to a future-ready hybrid workforce of more than 5,100 engineers, field workers, and support teams. V brings this commitment to building a sense of community to her volunteer work at the University of Arizona. She has served on the board of the Alumni Engineering Council for over 5 years and took the helm as the council president in 2022. V has volunteered her time and expertise as a judge for the Craig M. Berge Engineering Design Day, a great day for this college, and continues to raise her hand to support the next generation of engineers. V and her husband are new parents also and enjoy spending quality time with their daughter and their dog. The College of Engineering is pleased to honor VQ with this award. Congratulations, V. I'll invite her department chair, Dr. Farzad Mashaik, to come up and join us. And as before, we'll play a nice video from V.
Hi, fellow Wildcats and engineer fans alike. My name is VQ, and this is my 5-month-old daughter, Avery. I graduated with a mechanical engineering degree in 2014. Thank you all so much for awarding me the Outstanding Young Alumni Volunteer Award. I started my career at Salt River Project right after graduation, and I guess I couldn't help myself from coming back to campus whenever an opportunity presented itself. Started off with some career fairs, the iExpo, guest speaking in some classes, and then I was introduced to the UA Alumni Engineering Council, an alumni chapter out in Maricopa County, and my involvement really just expanded in ways that I couldn't imagine. And of course, I couldn't turn down more opportunities to visit my college again. So this goes without saying, I'm honored to be a UA alumni, I'm honored to be an engineer, and I am honored to receive this award. I wanted to take a moment to thank Salt River Project, SRP, for allowing me the flexibility to dedicate my time to the school that I love, and really that to drive my passion to deliver reliable and affordable water and power to our customers. So despite the fact that we're in ASU territory, we are still Wildcat strong, and you better believe I'm looking for more Wildcat fans to join the team. I also want to extend a warm congratulations to my friend and, fun fact, my senior design partner, Ryan Gapp, for also receiving this award. It's so great to see your name and reunite with you again after almost 10 years. And a huge congrats to Scott Sales for receiving the Bear Down Award this year. I owe it to Scott for paving the way for me through the Engineering Council and just by making it fun and exciting to be an engineering alumni. So thank you again from me and from this future Wildcat. Bear down.
Congratulations, V. As you go back to the Salt River Project table with Gary and with Mike, who have just all been fantastic supporters of this college, and we'll hear more from Mike and Sherry later. Established in 1986, the Bear Down Award is given to an individual who has performed noteworthy or meritorious service on behalf of the University of Arizona. I am pleased to recognize Scott Sales as the 2023 recipient of the Bear Down Award. Scott is an experienced civil engineer with a passion for design, construction, and problem solving. Hailing from Kingman, Arizona, he learned many practical lessons growing up in a rural setting. These lessons paired well with his Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, providing a solid foundation for what life threw at him. Scott has enjoyed working for WSP and Parsons on complex projects in the United States and internationally. He was recently reappointed to the Arizona Board of Technical Registration as the Civil Engineering Board member. Committed to advancing the field of engineering and extending its benefits to others, Scott engages in volunteer initiatives. He led or has been part of many volunteer efforts that support engineering, including the UA Alumni Engineering Council, the Sales Advancement and Education Foundation, and the UA Civil and Architectural Engineering Alumni Industry Council, to name a few. That's why I got to know Scott. Outside of work, Scott enjoys disc golf and volunteering with his son's scouting troop. Scott married a chemical engineer, also from the University of Arizona, and they have been busy raising their 2 sons. Together, they eagerly anticipate witnessing innovations and constructions that will define the forthcoming generation. For his outstanding career and dedication to the university and the College of Engineering is pleased to honor Scott Sales with the 2023 Bear Down Award. Congratulations, Scott. Dominic Bercelli, Chair of Civil Architectural and Mechanics, will join me, and we'll play a video, learn a little bit more about Scott. Congratulations, Scott.
Hello, I'm Scott Sales. I graduated in 2000 with a degree in civil engineering and have been busy working on infrastructure projects ever since. Reflecting on my time during college, a few ideals kept coming up I'd like to briefly share. The University of Arizona played a pivotal role in my career and in my life, just like it has for so many others. Universities are places where minds are nurtured, where knowledge is cultivated, and where tomorrow's engineers find their direction. It is important for me to be part of ensuring passionate individuals can access higher education, especially in engineering disciplines. Scholarships help play that pivotal role. They break down financial barriers, make it possible for talented students, regardless of their background, to pursue engineering. Scholarships are not just about financial support, they are investments in our future. They empower individuals to reach their potential and contribute their skill and ideas to the world. The need for more engineers has never been greater, whether it is infrastructure upgrades, developing cutting-edge technologies, or accessing critical issues. In an evolving world with complex challenges, engineers are the problem solvers, the innovators, and the builders of a better future, with more needed every day. In closing, I'm honored by this award from the University of Arizona, and want to thank my family, friends, and coworkers for helping me along this crazy journey we call life, as well as supporting my volunteer work with the many wonderful groups that help advance engineering. Go Cats!
Wow. Congratulations, Scott. I think we can just make you an official spokesperson for the College of Engineering because you hit it all. Thank you and congratulations. Our next recognition is the Sidney S. Woods Alumni Service Award. This award honors the late Sidney S. Woods, a longtime loyal alumnus of the University of Arizona who graduated in 1939. After a military career as a much-decorated ace pilot in World War II, he became a prominent in the field of agriculture and also was a member of the Arizona Board of Regents. The Sidney S. Woods Alumni Service Award is given to an alumnus who has demonstrated unwavering interest and loyalty to the University of Arizona. Particular consideration is given to alumni who have taken the initiatives to serve effectively on behalf of the university and who have responded to requests for service from the university. I am honored to recognize Alex Reynoso as the 2023 recipient of the Sidney S. Woods Alumni Service Award. Alejandro Alex Reynoso graduated with a mining engineering degree in 1974. He enjoyed an exciting 44-year career of adventures and mishaps, retiring after 28 years with Rio Tinto Kennecott Mine in Utah. He and Barb, his wife of 48 years, have 4 children, 10 grandchildren, and 3 great-grandchildren. Alex has been involved with the Alumni Association for 30 years and is a founding member and the president of the Salt Lake City Ski Cats. He was awarded the 2011 Alumni Wildcat Spirit Award. He established a scholarship endowment to provide opportunities for underrepresented mining students. He supports the Bear Down Network and volunteers his time supporting community and church charities. Alex is ecstatic about golf, enjoys traveling, does his yelling and crying while watching the Cats play, but most of all, he loves enjoying time with his family and friends. We are pleased to honor Alex Reynoso with the Sidney S. Woods Alumni Service Award. Congratulations, Alex. Craig Lutzbacher, Department Head of Mining and Geological Engineering, will join us and we'll play a short video.
Good morning, Dean Hahn, distinguished engineering professors, engineering staff, fellow engineers, and future engineers. It is so exciting to know that there's a room full of Arizona engineers who have contributed immensely to society. I am honored to be recognized as this year's recipient of the Sidney S. Woods Alumni Service Award. Thank you. I remember my days wandering about the College of Mines, strolling down to Louisville Berge, watching the sights on the mall, having an enjoyable mining career, and then I needed to go beyond my comfort zone. I did. I became involved with the Alumni Association and engaged with other dedicated Wildcats who were promoting the University of Arizona. I joined the cause. I began a new journey, promoting the Wildcat for Life spirit. I am humbled to have met so many dedicated Wildcats. Well, it's time for me to go on to my second career as a field engineer. I keep wondering how Mickelson can hit that ball so far down the field with his eyes closed. Oh well, I guess I have to take another dynamics class. Remember, keep smiling, have a great day, and as always, go Wildcats.
Awesome. Congratulations, Alex. Never too late to go back and study dynamics. It is now my honor to introduce our 2023 College of Engineering Alumna of the Year Award, Dr. Zoe Diana Drelos. We are also making some history here today, as this marks the first time that the College of Engineering and the College of Medicine have collaborated to jointly honor an alum with both of our colleges' Alumna of the Year. And I'm delighted that Dean Michael Abacassis, Dean of the College of Medicine, is here with us today. Zoe graduated from UA with a BS in Mechanical Engineering in 1973 and a Doctor of Medicine in 1983. Zoe is a research and clinical board certified dermatologist and a fellow of the American Academy of Dermatology. She has a solo private practice and a consulting professor of dermatology at Duke University. In 1988, she founded Dermatology Consulting Services to perform research in aging skin and aesthetic procedures in the cosmetic, OTC drug, and pharmaceutical arenas. Prior to pursuing a medical career, Zoe completed an undergraduate degree in mechanical engineering at the University of Arizona and was elected a Rhodes Scholar. In 1983, she graduated from the College of Medicine, Tucson. Zoe has contributed chapters to 42 textbooks, served as the principal investigator on 750 studies, and was the editor-in-chief of the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology for 10 years. In 2019, she was the inaugural recipient of the Florence Wall Award from the Society of Cosmetics Chemists, honoring her as the most influential woman in cosmetic science. Zoe has a lifelong ties to her college. Her father, Professor Dimitri Kisioglu, was a professor in the Aerospace and Mechanical Engineering Department for more than 40 years. Zoe literally grew up on this campus. In recognition of her distinguished career in leadership, we are very honored to name Zoe Drelos as the 2023 Alumna of the Year of the College of Engineering and the College of Medicine, Tucson. Zoe will also be honored with her fellow Alumni of the Year awards across campus in a special event here in February. We are very proud to welcome you into this distinguished group, Zoe, of alumni. Congratulations. As before, we'll play a little video to learn more about Zoe. Dean Abacassis, Zoe, and Department Head Farzad will join me on the stage for a photo.
Hello, my name is Zoe Diana Drelos. My father joined the engineering faculty in 1963, and I grew up at the University of Arizona, climbing the olive trees of Olive Street, sliding down the staircases of the original Aerospace Mechanical Engineering building, and jumping from drafting table to drafting table while I watched my father finish his work. I always knew I wanted to be an aerospace and mechanical engineer, but as I grew, I realized that I wanted to apply my engineering principles to the body. And then when I entered medical school here at the University of Arizona, I realized that I really wanted to study the skin because, mechanics of materials apply to the skin just like they do to aluminum, copper, and other metals we commonly use in engineering. I have so enjoyed being an engineer, physician, scientist, understanding better behaviors of the skin and how to produce products that make skin function and perform more optimally. I'm so grateful for this award today. I went to many engineers' breakfasts with my father, and it's really an honor for me to receive this award. I have enjoyed my career tremendously, and at heart, I will always be a University of Arizona engineer wildcat. Thank you so very much.
Congratulations, Zoe. Well, it is now my distinct pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, a tradition that we've always had at the engineering breakfast. And today's guest speaker could be none other than Dr. Zoe Draelos. To our knowledge, this is only the second time in the 60-year history that the Alumni of the Year awardee has also been asked as our guest speaker. But as you see, Zoe is an amazingly special person, and we could not pass up this unique opportunity. We're thrilled to shake things up, and it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Zoe Diana Draelos to talk about invention at the medical engineering interface. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, when you're thinking about the interface between engineering and medicine, you have to kind of think a little bit about what are the similarities and differences between those two disciplines. So when I think of engineering, I think of something that's linear, analytical, logical, problem-oriented, mathematical, and technology-driven. One of the key advantages of engineering is there are lots of replacement parts. What about medicine? It's emotional, it's experience-driven. You have to make quick decisions with limited data. A lot of things are based on supposition. There's no standardization, and it's governed by a lot of regulation. A key disadvantage, there are not very many replacement parts that are readily available. So how do engineering and medicine combine? I completed my Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering and entered medical school with an engineer's mindset. Why in engineering? I had my HP calculator, I had my ruled green paper, I had my pencils, my pens. I was ready to go to medical school. But unfortunately, I really wasn't. Because in engineering, I derived everything I ever needed. Boom, here I am in medical school with lots of memory work. I always thought that naming conventions should be very organized like in engineering. In the hand, this is the right hand, this is the first finger, so the joint should be 1R.1, 1R.2, and 1R.3. That made immense success to me, but no, there's an navicular, there's a triquetrium, there's all these words for bones that I couldn't hardly even explain. So in medicine, there was no logic. It was all memory work. I developed jingles and songs to try and memorize all this nonsensical data. Experience reigned over science. That was really a hard concept for me to understand. And in medicine, A doesn't always lead to B, and B doesn't always lead to C. A sometimes leads to C, and then sometimes it goes to B, and then all the other times it goes to D. That was very difficult to kind of understand how to interface as an engineer in medical school. And I searched for that interface, that place, for many, many years. And I asked myself, how can I organize and continue to be the logical engineer that I was trained to be in an emotional discipline? And I kept asking myself, this is my medical bag that I got at the University of Arizona some 45 years ago, and I wanted to know, can I fit engineering into my doctor bag? And can I really fit my doctor bag into my tool chest? Are those two things really consistent? Well, yes, they are. So I searched and searched for something that appealed to the engineer in me. And one rotation was dermatology. And I thought, this is where I belong, because the skin is a material. It's functional, but it's also beautiful. It defines who and what we are. When people say you look great, are they assessing your kidneys or your brain? No, they're assessing your skin. So it appealed to me in a very deep way. Believe it or not, skin, hair, and nails have a Young's modulus. Now it changes over time, it changes with the weather, it changes between male and female, it changes over life. It's not constant, but there's still a Young's modulus. And you know, skin can be studied with stress and strain curves. Skin embodies engineering at its very best. So in my doctor bag here, I have a variety of things. I have my reflex hammer. Every good doctor has one of those. I have my stethoscope. Every good doctor has one of those. But in my doctor bag, I also have some engineering marvels. What is perhaps the most amazing engineering marvel ever developed? The razor blade. So think about it. It's a 5-bladed razor. It's mounted on springs. Remember that the skin isn't smooth. It has mountains where the hair exits and then intervening valleys until you go to where the next hair exits. So how are we going to make a flat blade traverse that kind of topography? Well, we're going to make 5 of them. We're going to mount them on springs. We're going to have the first blade lift up the hair, the second blade cut it a little shorter, the third blade cut it a little bit shorter, the fourth blade cut it a little shorter, and then the fifth blade gives that real close shave. Imagine 2 laser honed blades. Also, razor blades have a glide strip at the very top. That basically reduces friction, because how are you going to get over the nicks and cuts as you traverse these valleys and mountains of the skin? You're going to lubricate it first, because friction correlates to drag, and drag correlates to a very painful shave. You're going to also develop an ergonomic handle. Why? Because the blade has to attack the skin at just the right angle. If it doesn't, what happens? You cut off more skin than hair, and if you cut off more skin than hair, you've got bleeding little patches all over your face, which are not desirable. And finally, the blades are coated with silicone. That's important too, because the blade, you don't want it to rust, right? It costs you $10 a cartridge. You want to last about 3 or 4 shaves at least. And then finally, it prevents the blade from that drag and friction. Razor blades are truly an engineering dermatology miracle. What are some of the other things in my doctor bag here that represent engineering at its finest? Shaving cream. A can of shaving cream is truly an engineering miracle. Why? Well, when you design a can of shaving cream, the first thing is it's a liquid in the can. It's actually a gel. When you press the top, it comes out as a foam. That foam is really intrinsically important because the foam allows water to be absorbed into the hair shaft. And when you absorb water into the hair shaft, you soften the hair. You convert it from an aluminum bar to a copper bar. So when you actually cut the hair, it takes much less force. If it takes much less force, it's much less pressure. Much less pressure, you don't get all the nicks and cuts. The can is also pretty amazing because this top introduces air, exactly the right amount of air, into the gel in order to create a foam. But then, of course, the can is quite sophisticated because it has a pressure release valve at the bottom. If it didn't have that, the can might indeed explode with pressure changes. What else is in my doctor bag that are pure engineering miracles? Well, I have a bottle of moisturizer here. This is really important in Tucson, Arizona, where the ambient humidity is quite low. If too much water leaves the skin surface, you're going to end up with dry, cracked, painful, unattractive, itchy skin. So you need a product like this. But this bottle is also an engineering miracle. You can see that it's opaque. Why is it opaque? Because the ingredients are light sensitive. It also has a collapsible bag inside. That means that the one-way valve dispenses the product, but no oxygen is able to enter back into the bag. That's key because this product is very, very oxygen sensitive. And finally, we have a non-clogged one-way meter dispenser dispensing exactly the right amount of this $150 jar so you don't waste any of it when you put it on your face. Furthermore, the bottle's green and recyclable. You can throw it in the recycle bin and it can be completely converted into another bottle of product. I also have in my doctor bag here an at-home use device. It emits radio frequency. It has wonderful micro-miniaturized electronics. You use it on the skin. It has a sending mode and it has a receiving mode. Radio frequency creates heat because of resistance. That heat shortens the collagen fibers in the skin, tightens saggy jowls. It's an engineering miracle. But engineering also has an important place in medicine in terms of studying and behaviors and products of skin on the skin surface. Mechanistic evaluation through engineering principles is the future of medical science. So think about it. Here in Arizona, you have a very high, dense osmotic body that's in a very low ambient humidity. Where's the water going to go? From your skin into the environment. That's the reason why you have to drink so much in Tucson, Arizona, is because you're constantly losing large amounts of water to the environment. This device here is called an evaporimeter. It is used to measure the amount of water leaving the skin into the environment. It's composed of 2 humidity meters at a certain distance apart from one another. You know the aperture over which you're collecting water, you know the difference between the 2 humidity meters, and you know the time over which you've collected the measurements. That gives you the amount of water in grams lost per meter squared per hour. That number is very important because when you design a moisturizer, which many of you may have applied after you showered this morning, that moisturizer is to keep water in the skin. And in doing so, you need to have a way of picking which of the 30 formulations is going to perform the best. Device is very important because it allows us to better understand how products perform on the skin surface. Now, not only do we want to understand water leaving the skin, we want to know how much water remains in the skin. This is a device called a corneometer. Think about it. Water is a conductor of electricity. So if you want to know how much water is in the skin, you're going to put low voltage electricity into the skin because you can't shock your volunteer. And then you're going to collect at the receiving mode how much electricity was conducted through the skin. That then gives you an idea as to how successful you've been in putting water into the skin. Not only does that prevent disease, but this is also how we design products, drugs, and vehicles to minimize diseases such as eczema, a very common condition here in Tucson, Arizona. So better moisturized skin performs better, it heals better if you're a diabetic, and it resists trauma if you're a mature individual. Skin elasticity is also very, very important because you want to know how far you can distend the skin until it tears and breaks. Well, this actually is a negative vacuum suction pump attached to a suction cup. Basically, the negative vacuum sucks the tissue up into the cup, breaks the light beam, whereupon the vacuum is relaxed and the skin retracts. A perfect stress-strain curve. But this stress-strain curve is very important because it helps us to understand the viscoelastic properties of the skin, which are vitally important when you're looking at wounding, you're looking at wound healing, and you're looking at optimizing skin performance. Another engineering principle is something known as a dermospectrophotometer. This measures red and brown tones in the skin. We use this to look at lightening unattractive lentigines, very common here in Tucson, Arizona. We also use it to look and see if we're reducing inflammation in the skin by reducing redness. This particular device emits diode light onto the skin surface, a color shift occurs, and that reflected light goes back into the aperture. That color shift allows us to understand better on the brown melanin and red hemoglobin and inflammation scales how the product is performing from a color standpoint. Pure engineering, but very important because this is exactly how you determine if products are successful, if products are delivering, if products are embodying what we need to make skin healthy. So where did my medical engineering interface occur? Well, I'm a research dermatologist, physician, engineer. I'm the data on file. My name is dermatologist developed, dermatologist tested, and dermatologist approved. My medical engineering interface led me to develop products, to bring logic, to bring my engineering background on product testing to all the companies you see here, both in the over-the-counter realm as well as in the drug research realm. As I refine my medical engineering interface, I am the CeraVe developed with dermatologists. I am the dermatologist developed for Diva Curl. I was able to work with Neutrogena on their new hydrovised hyaluronic acid gel using all the techniques that we discussed. And I am the dermatologist developed on Neutrogena's Ultra Gentle Daily Cleanser. That is my name, and that is where my medical engineering interface occurred. So what's happening when engineering hits medicine? Well, new insights occur where academic disciplines collide, and engineering and dermatology collided for me, and that's how I ended up in this particular career. I am very grateful for all those individuals in medical school that taught me to look, to recognize patterns, to differentiate normal from disease, to look and to understand human suffering, to look at ways to improve people's lives. But I'm also extraordinarily indebted to my engineering professors who taught me to see, to think, what's actually happening here? How do we come up with a logical solution? How can you get insights that lead you to an implementable solution to a problem? And I understand that the University of Arizona is now pioneering a collaborative effort between the School of Engineering and the School of Medicine. I think this is a wonderful, fabulous idea, and I know there'll be many young people who find that interface, as I did, between medical backgrounds and engineering. And it's true, where medicine hits engineering and where engineering hits medicine, that's where invention occurs. Thank you so, so very much for your kind attention.
Our instincts were spot on. We definitely did a good job with that call. Thank you, Zoe. We have a few special guests with us this morning that I'd like to recognize. As I noted before, President Robbins always tries to attend this breakfast. This morning he couldn't make it. The University of Arizona is making a big announcement of the Fuel Wonder campaign, a huge goal to power this university, to power wonder through philanthropy, and that's taken a little bit of his duties away. I would like to mention some guests that did make it, and I'm really pleased that they're here. First, as I noted, my colleague and good friend from the College of Medicine, Dean Michael Abacassis. We'll applaud everyone at the end. Former deans Larry Head, Jeff Goldberg, and Tom Peterson of the College of Engineering. Engineering Student Club leaderships. We have over 45 student clubs in this college, fostering professional development and experiential learning. The College of Engineering staff and faculty and emeritus faculty, again, that make this great college what it is. Volunteers and staff who helped put on this event today. And students who got up early and joined us today to learn a little more about their college with the dean's excuse to miss class. Congratulations, everyone, for joining us. We also have a tradition of companies coming together to sponsor tables for their employees, alumni of this college, generously. I'd like to recognize a few of these sponsors today. Rainbird Corporation, Raytheon, Salt River Project, Sargent Aerospace and Defense, and Tucson Electric Power. Thank you for joining us. And of course, this is homecoming when we celebrate our alumni. I would like to recognize all of you for joining us here today. We'll play the game like we like to of kind of seeing who graduated when. Notice we had buttons here today of celebrating decades of your studies. If you graduated between 2013 and 2023, the last decade, please stand. Thank you. These are our recent alumni. I know you're working hard right now. I very much appreciate your coming and spending some time with us. Let's go back a little further. If you graduated between 1974 and 2012, please stand. It's great to see you. I appreciate the tradition of you joining us. Going back a little further, I would now like to recognize a special class, the class of 1973, here for your 50th reunion as a Wildcat engineer. If you're from the class of 1973, please stand proudly. That is wonderful. I ask each of you when we're done to please meet out in the lobby where you checked in because we want to get a class photograph. If you graduated between 1960 and 1972, please stand. We have a few, I know. And I know many of you have joined us over the decades, and I'm really glad to see you here. Finally, we'll go, if you graduated in the 1950s, please stand up. I'm really glad that you could join us today. Congratulations. So now we move on to the Hall of Fame recognition, the greatest honor that we bestow upon graduates of this college. The Hall of Fame members help shape the evolution of this college and to this day define its character. These alumni have shown exceptional achievement and service over many decades. In May, we inducted the 2023 Hall of Fame class. I believe Mike Arnold, Dave Crawford, and Gary Harper are here this morning. Please stand up so we can give you a warm round of appreciation. Congratulations. We also recognize that we have a few esteemed Hall of Fame members here that were inducted in previous years. And I'd like to recognize anyone that is in the Hall of Fame of this college online or here in person. If you're in person, please stand up so we can give you a warm round of recognition. We are very proud of your accomplishments. And while we're on the topic of the Hall of Fame, I want to make another little segue here. Tonight, the University of Arizona Athletic Hall of Fame will have their inductee class. And I'm very proud to say that one of our own alumni, Justine Schluntz, will be class of 2009 mechanical engineering, Rhodes Scholar, will be inducted into the University of Arizona Athletic Alumni Hall of Fame. Let's give a round of congratulations to Justine. I believe she's watching online. I think she's going in the class tonight with Gronkowski. Should be fun. It is now my pleasure to introduce our student speaker, who you met earlier. Aaliyah Thompson Mazio is a junior studying biomedical engineering and mechanical engineering with minors in mathematics, and because she still has a little extra time, dance. As a third-year member of the Engineering Student Council, she served as director of the social and outreach before being elected as president of the Engineering Student Council this year. In addition to being president of ESC, she is on the executive board for the National Society of Black Engineers, chapter here, and for the Links Junior Honorary. She is also a member of the Arizona Palm Line and Pride of Arizona Marching Band. This past summer, Aaliyah researched design, fabrication, and tested direction-dependent biomaterials under Dr. Philip Bailey's lab through the Washington University Summer Engineering Fellowship Program in St. Louis. Please welcome Aaliyah Thompson Mazio to the podium.
Sorry. Hello again. For many students, their engineering journeys started with their love of Lego blocks as a kid, or building model rockets in school, or even disassembling small appliances. That wasn't the case for me. I've danced competitively and pre-professionally for 16 years of my life and counting. Dance was my first love as a child, and I've always thrived in the visual and performing arts. In fact, I attended 2 art schools in middle school and high school. So how did I end up studying engineering? Well, I'd like to think it started when I got my first A in mathematics in the 6th grade, and then in 8th grade when my math teacher encouraged me to test into a higher math course. And then in 11th grade, with my physics teacher who was so enthusiastic about our projects, it was hard not to be excited about them too. I honestly never considered majoring in STEM until I applied to college. Lucky for me, the U of A has some of the most prestigious programs for dance and engineering disciplines. I decided to major in both and thought I had everything figured out. Little did I know, my path would be anything but a linear line. It actually looks more like y equals sine of x squared. While trying to balance my calculus homework with late-night dance rehearsals, I realized that my passion for engineering was way bigger than I imagined, and it was interwoven with my love for dance and mathematics. So, I stand before you today as a junior mechanical and biomedical engineering major with 2 minors in, you guessed it, dance and mathematics. I'm excited that my academic career is preparing me to accomplish my wildest dreams, which are to research, design, and build prosthetics for extreme mobility, as seen in most sports and dance. Dance is one of my biggest passions, like sports are for many athletes. In my professional career, I want to make dance and sports more accessible to injured athletes and people with disabilities through neuroengineering and neuroprosthetics. The university has provided me countless opportunities to explore this dream. For example, I was able to attend the Washington University Summer Engineering Fellowship in St. Louis with the help of my academic advisor, Diana Wilson, and to present as an undergraduate researcher at the Biomedical Engineering Society National Conference this past October. The College of Engineering here is helping me kickstart my life, as it does for all Wildcats on campus. But my equation of life doesn't end with just academics. An aspect of the University of Arizona that I appreciate so much is that there's always a major, club, job, or organization for each student on campus to be a part of. The university has so many places for Wildcats to foster their personal growth and prepare themselves for life outside of Wildcat country. My campus involvement started with Engineering Student Council, or ESC for short, where I was a freshman council member before becoming the director of social and outreach, and I had the opportunity to organize Engineers Week 2022 and planned Engineers Ball. Connecting with other engineering students through these events encouraged me to run for ESC president. It is with great appreciation that I thank all of the council members in ESC, as I would not be able to do this without their unwavering help and support. In addition to being president of the Engineering Student Council, I have performed at sporting events and community events with the Arizona Palm Line and the Pride of Arizona Marching Band. I've volunteered through many organizations like the National Society of Black Engineers and the Lynx Junior Honorary. As an honors student, I was a member of the first inaugural cohort of Black Excellence Scholars through the W.A. Franke Honors College, where I've represented honor students at various events, including the NAACP Tucson Freedom Fund Banquet. If you thought I couldn't be even more nerdy about mathematics, I've also worked as an undergraduate learning assistant for vector calculus courses for over a year because it's my favorite course I've taken here at the U of A, so far. I truly am privileged to be a part of so many amazing communities that simply would not be here without our alumni. It is because of you that all students on this campus can find spaces for themselves. Our alumni are an integral part of our community. Integral, doesn't that word ring a bell from Calculus 1? To remind you, an integral is a numerical value equal to the area under the graph of a function for some interval. In a way, this definition still applies to our situation. If the function represents a curve of excellence, an expectation that is constantly raised generation after generation, when we take the integral of this curve, it is, in essence, the summation of everything that came before it. Our Wildcats today currently set that bar of excellence, but we would not be able to hold it so high if we weren't able to stand on the shoulders of all who came before us. A phrase my Palm Line team says after every practice is once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat. No matter how long or short your time at the U of A was, our communities have helped shape you into the person you are. And in turn, you have established a strong foundation and lasting traditions in those communities. It is for this reason that you are always welcome home to your Wildcat family. I'm constantly in awe of everything I have experienced. I proudly thank any educator I had the privilege to learn from, any advisor that has guided me, any family member or friend that has supported me endlessly, and all of our engineering and U of A alumni. I can confidently say we would not be here at this very moment if we all took one straight path. In a way, we are all components of a radial vector field, each arrow confidently facing its own direction, but all connected back to a single point, Tucson, Arizona. Thank you all so much for listening to my story. I'm so grateful and happy to share my time with you here for Homecoming 2023 and our 60th Engineers Breakfast in celebration of everyone's time here. Bear down and go Cats.
I think our future is bright, and okay, I have to make a calculus joke. You have clearly differentiated yourself. Thank you, Aaliyah. You're a remarkable person. As you have likely noticed through our program today, we've had this theme of this intersection of engineering and medicine. Great collaboration and overlap in research and teaching is occurring now between the colleges of engineering and the colleges of medicine. This is not by coincidence. As you heard from Dr. Dralos, the future of healthcare and medicine is relying on engineering. And it's also heard from Aaliyah, our youngest engineers are excited to drive innovation in this intersection between engineering and medicine in the next generation. Keeping with this exciting theme and to further enhance these collaborations, now it gives me, I told you we'd loop back to this Salt River Project table, it now gives me great pleasure to share some wonderful news for the University of Arizona, for the College of Engineering, and for the College of Medicine. Alumni Mike and Sherry Hummels, both from the class of 1982, have committed a $5 million donation to support the Cancer Engineering Initiative here at the University of Arizona. We'll pause for a great thank you now. It's amazing. The Cancer Engineering Program is a jointly implemented program between the College of Engineering, the University of Arizona Cancer Center, the College of Medicine Tucson, and generally the overall health sciences program. This initiative aims to create human-like cancer models to help improve prevention, diagnosis, and treatment of cancer. Their gift also supports research at the College of Medicine under Dr. Chambers, a world-renowned clinician and researcher in the area of gynecological cancer research. We want to thank Mike, an electrical engineering graduate, and Sherry, an alumna from the College of Education, for their ongoing generosity. Mike and Sherry are here with us today. Will both please stand up for a moment so we can recognize, and Ryan, stand up with them. Your investment, your confidence in this important research area will truly accelerate the cancer engineering program. As a true Wildcat family with sons who are also graduates, Kevin from the College of Medicine and Ryan from the College of Engineering, who's with us today, I know that you are this is deeply personal for your family. The support for the university is something that will be special, it will help fuel wonder, and it will help transform an exciting new program. Again, Mike, Sherry, thank you so very much. Before we close out this program, I'd like to make a few quick announcements about homecoming. Homecoming starts this morning at 8, but it goes through tomorrow till the end of the football game. You're all invited to attend the Lacey Lecture this afternoon at 4 p.m. in the Center for Creative Photography, feature internationally known mining executive and 1978 mining engineering alumnus, Barbara Filas. Barbara, thank you for joining us. You can also use your QR code on your program or take a look at the sign in the lobby for more information about the different events going on in your various departments. It's an exciting day. And we have the Engineering Alumni Happy Hour this evening, 5 p.m. at Gentle Ben's. Many of you probably visited General Benz as a student. Tickets are available at the door. And we also hope to see all of you tomorrow on the mall at the engineering tailgate. It starts at 3:30 and runs till 7:30. With that, I really want to thank everyone for joining us this morning. We're really proud of the work that you do every day as engineers in industry and government and defense of our nation, and also in academia, helping to shape the next future engineering workforce. I know individually and collectively we're changing the world for a better place. On behalf of the entire College of Engineering, I'm grateful for your continued support of this college, of this great university. We invite you to stay connected to the college, welcome you to volunteer in any way that you feel, and support that next generation of engineering students. With that, I'm proud to say bear down and go Cats. Thank you.